Hello viewers, this is your Michael from Screen Review, bringing you my 551 podcast. This is my 551 podcast. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to be too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain some adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain some adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this everything out of the way, let's get into the topic of this podcast. As you guys know, the current YuGiOh Sevens, the 7 YuGiOh series entitled YuGiOh Sevens, it's been going on as it has, so far has come out with 73 episodes so far. So basically, the series has kind of been shifting towards fusing summoning monsters. Now, so basically, the topic of this podcast is if the series is planning on introducing maximum fusing summoning monsters. So basically, as you guys know, every YuGiOh series comes out with has its own summoning gimmick. So basically, YuGiOh Sevens gimmick was maximum summoning and maximum monsters. Maximum monsters are three monsters with the same name, or three monsters, that can be summoned together and can combine their powers into one monster. So basically, these three monsters combine together and basically becomes one monster and shit like that. So basically, that's the whole point. That was the whole main gimmick. This gimmick was introduced around episode 17 in the current YuGiOh series. So basically, ever since then, the series has been focused on, ever since the debut of Maximum Summoning Monsters, the series has been focused on maximum summoning monsters and maximum summoning monsters and whatnot. But however, ever since the introduction of fusion, now the YuGiOh 7 series didn't have the basic summoning technique. Basically, the basic fusion monsters. It didn't have fusion summoning. It did not have ritual summoning. It did not have XC summoning. It did not have link summoning. It did not have synchro summoning. So basically, until one of the Go siblings, who was in charge of Go Court, introduced fusion summoning to the series. Now the series has been focused on fusion monsters, more than actually focused on maximum summoning monsters. Now, Go has been working on how to improve on maximum monsters, and maximum has been improving on been working at the company improving on how to improve on maximum monsters and etc. So basically, a lot of people were wondering why is the series is now focusing on fusion monsters now instead of focusing on the new gimmick, the new summoning gimmick being maximum summoning monsters and whatnot. So basically, this is a theory. This is my theory about why fusion monsters are being featured more in YuGiOh 7, and why Maximum Monsters is taking kind of like a background to fusion monsters, because I believe that they're planning on I believe the series is planning on to fuse a maximum come out with what a maximum fuse monster. So basically, this is just a setup. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you guys been trying to work on been working on a way to improve on maximum summoning monsters, and basically since fusion is now, so basically since fusion is now been introduced in the series, what if in a future episode is going to fuse maximum summoning monsters together with other monsters? So basically, fusion monsters for fusion summoning might will help improve on maximum summoning monsters. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, Yuga's current maximum summoning monsters might be used for other monsters maybe in the future episode. So basically, this is just a theory. So basically, a lot of people a lot of characters are being using fusion monsters instead of maximum monsters, because maximum monster cards are very unstable. So basically, YuGiOh has been working on how to stable maximum summoning cards. So basically, seems like he got it down ever since he created that new maximum fusion monster and whatnot. So basically, my whole point is that I think that YuGiOh is going to bust out the first ever maximum fusion summoning monster very soon. So basically, he's going to fuse the standard 3 maximum summoning monsters and fuse them with some other monster or monsters to produce the ever maximum fusion summoning monster in the series. So basically, my point is, YuGiOh is going to. I believe what my theory is, I believe that YuGiOh is going to debut a new type of maximum summoning monster that is fused with another monster as well. So basically, he's going to debut the first ever maximum fusion summoning monster. So basically, we might get a fused maximum fusion monster, or basically just fuse the standard regular 3 maximum monster together into one. So basically, fusion will be playing a big part in the future episodes of the current YuGiOh series. So basically, this is just my theory. This is just a theory that maximum monsters are just combining their powers together. They're not fusion. Technically, they're not fusion. There's 3 parts that combine together. But YuGiOh might use polarization to fuse these monsters together with other monsters and create a maximum fusion summoning monster. So anyway, that's just my theory. So basically, what do you guys think about this? Is the YuGiOh Sevens series? It's going to debut. It's planning on debut a maximum fusion summoning monster very soon. Probably in some future episode. Because with the concept of this podcast. So anyway, like always, sign off. 1.